ribs, shed in slow tatters onto passing humans. A cramped muscle, a sudden migraine, an inexplicable bruise. I feed more delicately now, tasting smaller loves and fears, storing them against whatever epoch precedes my next hibernation. There's something of these emotions in me, now, that my parent would not recognize. I am becoming alien. I stretch limbs, discover their possibilities. Each joint has a precise range, each nerve a maximum capacity. There is elegance in it, limitations to produce a grand poetry of time and occupied space. Standing is precarious, absurd, miraculous. I stretch my mind, now seeking not structure and mass, but connection. If I am to move in the world, gain all that I need from it, I must have protection. And, I think, weighing the strongest sources of desperation in all I've consumed, I must also have love. The forecast promises a blizzard. Already the sky is dark. The store, when I went to buy dog food, was empty of bread and milk. Tilda, straining on her leash, barks at the wind. There's an apartment complex at the end of the block, most of the property marked off by a chain-link fence. One corner, the exception, is bounded by an old stone wall. Moss-grown and half the height of the newer fence, it serves mostly as a message board for the neighborhood dogs. Tilda sniffs carefully, leaves her contributions while I shiver. My ears ache, intimately aware of the drop in pressure that heralds snow. And I wish I'd brought a scarf. There is a girl. She's been standing behind the wall for a while, but now I notice her. She looks about 6 years old, dark curls tangled by the wind. Someone ought to have clipped it back, and given her a hat, and gangling limbs. She wears plain black pants and a short-sleeved shirt. She's shivering, though she doesn't wrap her arms around herself or duck her head. Just looks up at me. Her eyes are huge, dark and bright as the sunset-colored nebula now masking Danielle's old desk. I inhale sharply and clutch Tilda's leash against my belly. Then my mind understands what my body is already sure of. I could swear I dreamed her face once, in warmer weather. Perhaps it's only that she looks far too much like my sister's daughter Claudia, at that same age, coiled potential as yet unspilled. Normally, Tilda would leap at anyone standing so close, eager to play or boast or defend territory, her choice based on a million cues of scent and posture far beyond my human understanding. But she stands at attention, quivering, head cocked in the girl's direction. She gives a tentative yip, then shrinks back against me. The girl yips back, mimicking the dog's voice almost perfectly, and extends an open palm. Chastened, or perhaps simply startled, Tilda stretches tentatively to sniff the girl's hand. The girl climbs over the wall, and I see that her feet are bare. I force common sense on myself. Where are your parents? Do they live here? You should go inside and put on something warm. She smiles, gorgeous and startling as a flash of lightning jagging the sky. I don't have any. I mean, I do, but my ancestor can't help me now. I want to come home with you. Of course you have parents, I say, discovering as I speak that I don't believe it. What I should do now, what the parents I don't believe in would want, is for me to take her around to all the doors in the complex, knocking on each until someone recognizes her and brings her gratefully inside for boots and hot chocolate. I'm not really human, she says. She sounds like any child, explaining the obvious to a particularly dim adult. I'm a god, and I'm cold. Please take me home. Tilda rears up, paws pressed against the girl's thin shirt, and licks her face. Nicole's house is full of human creation. I kneel to inspect a low table. I can see the lines of pigment, how they come together in a form that reflects pleasing light onto the retina, how arm and finger muscles must be precisely controlled to produce these forms and not others. It reminds me, strangely, of my parents' abode, which with this new brain I'm starting to recall as more angular, full of definite shapes that served needs and desires as precisely as this place does. I cannot tell how much is true memory, how much has been remade in my metamorphosis.